Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this a brand new day. Birds are singing, and Dr. Snurf is busy drinking his requisite 5 cups of morning water. I have been helping to squish his bottle so that water comes out easily, and he's just been drinking and 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 drinking. It's far past anything normal. He's got to be diabetic. How do you beat diabetes in an animal? Especially a hamster? I don't know how. Still though, he's alive. Dr. Snurf. Dust Mop is fine. He's good. He actually hasn't been up this morning. And Gojira, I picked her up this morning. She's doing well, but she's asleep as well. It was very cold last night. Very, very cold. I was prepared for it to be another scorcher. And so I just had my sheet on. Well, at 2:30, I woke up, intense gut pain, had to make a trip downstairs. But when I came back, I had to put a fleecy blanket on because I was freezing. So I didn't sleep well from like 2:30 on. I went to bed right around 10:30 though. So, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, and then maybe a little bit after. So I'm tired. Thumbs up. Good golly, Miss Molly. You can't be that thirsty. I mean, I know it's not his fault. He's diabetic. It's just, he drinks and 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 he drinks all the time for a huge amount of time. Past that, I mean, he's fine. Other than him being diabetic, and I put coconut oil on his back for the non-furred part. So he's, aside from his underlying issues, he's doing well. But because it was so cold, she's asleep, he's asleep, so. And on the Shelton, Washington daily weather, plague, rat, and spider report. Well, spider report first. I haven't seen any new spiders, so hopefully they're around. I keep walking into web periodically, so I know they are. Like I'll pass through that doorway, and then there'll be like a bit of web that's gonna cross my forehead or something. So I know some enterprising little arachnid has been leaving webs here and there. So they're there, but weather, diffuse light again, so likely it's going to be gray, possibly even rain today. I don't know. I have to check the actual weather report. Just telling you what I see outside my window. I got a couple moths in here too. Came in, there was a moth on my monitor, so thumbs up. I mean, I leave my little flashlight on with one LED in here, so it has like the light of a full moon. So, I mean, the animals are nocturnal, and the cat doesn't really need a whole lot of light either, and so they don't need that light, but I feel happier providing them with the light of a full moon. So, and of course, plague rat report. I went out walkies. Well, I have to. I worry because I only walk downtown now, and I don't walk to Walmart, because to get to Walmart there's only one sidewalk, and you can't socially distance on that. And people are refusing to wear masks and be safe, so joy. So I don't walk to Walmart now. And one of the problems with walking to Walmart was, it's a 6-mile round trip. I like doing that, but frequently when I got back, the nerves on my back and my legs were so inflamed, I couldn't even sit in my chair anymore. I'd have to go to bed really early because of that. That I don't like. So now just walking downtown, it's not a 6-mile round trip, maybe 3 or 4. I've cut myself down that way, but I don't have to feel bad. Remember, the recommended limits for the minimum amount of exercise you should do is 150 minutes of moderate exercise. And moderate exercise can be walking, as long as you are walking at 4 kph, 3 miles per hour. And I walk that fast. So when I walk downtown, I go walking for an hour and a half, 2 hours, just from I leave my house till I get back. I stop off at a store, I carry stuff. I shouldn't feel bad that in 2 days I get the recommended amount that it says instead of daily, because that's what you should get in a week. I shouldn't feel bad that I'm only doing it in 2 days. Anything over the top of that is good. So thumbs up on that. And I'm extra juicy this morning. I have allergies to leaf mold and all that, and my sinuses are really running, and I'm salivating around my dentures, and my throat is sore, and just coming up with extra secretions because of my cannabis use in the morning. So I'm going to be swallowing and coughing and hacking more than normal because, as stated, I'm a juice factory. Ugh. I also do have some things written down here real quick. One of the things I want to say fast is yesterday's responses to my saying, hey, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, is pretty much that's the responses I expected before. Because after I said, if you have any more questions, please drop them down there, and that'll be awesome. I'll do my best to answer them. I got one question. That's more like what I'm used to. So getting a lot of questions was a statistical anomaly. Getting one question yesterday, that's more what happens, which is why I don't do the whole question and answer thing more often, because I'll ask and I'll get like one response, and you can't make a whole video answering questions with one response. So I still got the questions written down. I'm going to work on answering those a bit at a time, so we'll get to that. But let's see, where else did I have it here? Because there were a couple things here that were as such. I was talking with Russian Timing this morning, and I've liked this bit of music. There's been, I don't know if it's a type of music, a band, or a person, but in like 2003-ish, there used to be a website called mp3.com where you could send your music that you made into them, and they would host it for people to listen to and download. Kind of like a more professional type of MySpace. You didn't have posts or anything, you just put your music up. And there was a lot of really, really good stuff in there. One of them was a song called Gentle Skin version 3.0 by Teak. And as again, I don't know if it was a type of a genre or a band or such, and I've been trying to find and keep that song for ever since then, and it's been hard. And here it is now, 2020. I found a Teak site filled with all sorts of albums, including this one song, Gentle Skin V3.0, and it's the same type of stuff. It's Teak music, which makes me wonder, like I say, is it a type of genre? Is it a band? I don't know. But it's good stuff, and I am so glad that I found it again. It's basically like a Vor song, this one, because it starts off horrific with the sounds of like a monster breaking into a place, and then all these whipping and then nasty, juicy sounds as people are screaming. But then the lyrics are like, it's, you are the door, your skin is the door, you deserve to be in a better place inside me, and such like that. So it's really dark, and so I like that. Because I like dark for some odd reason. So we found the Teak and the question, and then, this was kind of a weird one. I've read up on all the bad things that can happen. Not all the bad things, and I haven't really read up massively, but if you smoke cannabis, there are some bad things that can happen. People can puke if they take too much. You can OD on it. It's not dangerous, it's just your body doesn't like it. It's like an emesis syndrome. You'll end up vomiting if you take too much, and there's other OD things. Now, I've never had that, and I use cannabis all day. But some people do. There's another thing that's really weird. I watched this one thing where a guy talked about he accidentally ate 400 milligrams of edibles. And he was freezing during that entire time. Apparently, that's another thing that can happen. If you eat a lot or you take a lot, you get cold. Which I'd almost prefer that. I get so warm. I can come in here and be cold, and then go outside and be cold, and then I can partake of some stuff, and I am just sweating and dying. When I go out on walks, if I'm cold, I just need to smoke a pre-roll, because the cannabis entering my body temperature just goes woo, and I'm not cold anymore. So, thumbs up. It's weird how, like, we all have individual chemistries that are affected individually by all these substances within the world. Broad strokes of what may happen, but individually, oh boy, there's a lot of variation in there. Thumbs up for that. And then, of course, oh yes, I used to go to it was a type of, oh my god, I can't even think of the words anymore, flea market type thing where they would sell cannabis there. And so that's where you could buy cannabis. But once they voted to go recreational in Washington State, that became illegal. But you could go to these type flea market things where they would have dealers. And oh my god, there is just something about the smell of oils, of the bud, of all that stuff. It just reaches deep inside me and grabs hold. It is a very primitive smell that just reaches in and grabs and hugs me and says, this is right. So thumbs up. I should have been a hippie in many ways. Let's see, one last thing, and then maybe two things, and then I'm going to try and answer one question daily. So it's, somebody pointed out, in the United States, the right wants to win and the left wants to be right. So the right wants to win more than they want to be correct, and the left wants to be correct more than they want to win. So there's all these people and it feels good to do it, going, hey, what about all you Second Amendment people? There's tyranny happening in the streets now. Where are you? You said you're doing all this, blah, 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 blah. Pointing out hypocrisy feels nice. The thing is, those people that have that march, that do that stuff, they don't care. They don't care. Call them hypocrites. They don't care. You know why they don't care? Because they hate you. They're staying at home while you are going out on the streets and protesting because they want you to die on the street. Fighting those people. They hate you. They want you to die. They salivate at the idea of using those weapons on you. Pointing out their hypocrisy means nothing. They don't care. They hate you. They're staying at home so that you can go out and get those non-lethal rounds in the head and lose an eye and have skull fractures. And they laugh. Call out the hypocrisy. They don't care. They want to use those guns on you. Welcome to America. I don't know what's going to happen because the alt-right and the Proud Boys and the Electric Boogaloo people, they're salivating for the chance to have a civil war and to start killing. But past that, I live in the wrong timeline. I do watch this one channel about writing, and this one person was talking about the things that are a problem with writing, tropes to get rid of and things you shouldn't do, and one of them was the eternal backstory part. I have said that already I've got like this much material on my cosmic horror backstory with about this much stuff I can actually write about it. At a point you have to stop. Especially when you try to work that backstory into the stories. Now for me, it's kind of different in that backstory actually is going to be story later on. So it's not just backstory, it's actual story stuff too. But at some point you have to stop the backstory because no one cares about the backstory. No one cares about your little village's history on how they developed agriculture and how they water their crops. You do. You spent time on it, but for the story, it doesn't matter. Thumbs up. So, real quick now, before I go off into the other things, I'm going to try and answer just a question here. Like somebody asked, actually, Lollipop, I actually sort of did answer that one. So actually, Lollipop, I actually did answer your question yesterday when I talked about how I started my YouTube channel because of my depression and such. So actually, we're going to go to Hunter, who asked, why did you stop doing reaction videos and how did I get into video games? I'm going to do the second part of it first and then do the first part tomorrow. But how did I get into video games? Actually, that happened when I was young. I was maybe 12 or 13 when my father bought a Pong machine for the family, and then a couple of years after that an Atari VCS. And then I got into the Air Force, went to Germany where I bought myself a VIC-20 computer. After that, because it only had 4 kilobytes of RAM, only 2 available to the user, I bought a Commodore 64 with 64 kilobytes of RAM, only which about half was available to the user. And I played computer games on that until I bought an Amiga, and I played computer games on that until '93 when I bought myself an IBM PC. Before that, of course, I was also playing all of the arcade games in the stores and arcade places where you drop quarters in and then you play video games. I've been playing video games all my life. Just not my earliest life, since I was about, 12, 14 before Pong even came out. So, thumbs up. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. If I mispronounce the username, my sincere apologies. And even though I'm reading them right now, I'm not reading them right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, you took the time and left a comment. Aaron Yu, thumbs up and thank you. Chattiest Hat Gaming, thumbs up. I like the name. April Thrash, thumbs up and thank you. Live Off Welfare, well, somebody can. Kathy Kisscat, greatly appreciated. John McGrath, greatly appreciated. Ricky Wilson, thumbs up and thank you. Multi Insight, thumbs up. Colin Reisner, greatly appreciated. Keydocs HD, thumbs up and thank you. Henry Giovanetto, thank you very, very much. And Russian Timing, good to see you in the comments. We have SHVBTX, thumbs up and thank you. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Then Confused Owl 29, good to see you. Rod Ruth, thumbs up. Asda, greatly appreciated. Julius Pena, thumbs up and thank you. Elderwolf 569, greatly appreciated. And Comic Gray with an exclamation point, thumbs up and thank you. Mariella Ailman, thumbs up. And Esteban, greatly appreciated. Daniel Diaz Gonzalez, I'm nowhere close on the pronunciation, I bet, but thank you very, very much. Hunter, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Lucifer, thumbs up and thank you. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is appreciated to no end. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Definitely. If you could check out my various other links, like my PayPal link, that would be cool. I also have an Amazon wishlist link. That would be cool if you could check that out as well. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, the definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. That was terrible. Hit that bell. Much better. That would be very awesome and greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, I have this video here that you're watching. I have another video coming up that I need to edit and render. Hopefully people are continuing to watch to the end, because if you have any questions at all, please drop them down into the comment section. That would be very cool, and I will get to them as soon as I can. Definitely a thumbs up. So, you take care. Have a great today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Practice self-care, practice self-distancing. We got to keep the pressure on, and justice for everyone that these riotous, murdering monsters keep killing.